Good morning, everyone. It's 10:17 on the clock. 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. 17 is the star. Today, don't even have my book with me. Today is the 1st of July. Happy July, everyone. I forgot that we're switching to July today. Let's see what's going on here. Today is July 1st, 2021. And so we have the 1 of the Magician, and then we have 13 for the day, right? 8, yep. So 1 of the Magician, 13 of the Death card, which is also endings, transition, and transformation, and Dark Knight, the Dark Knight, which comes up as the Divine Masculine a lot of times for me. All right, so we have a union read and a twin flame read today. Let's first go ahead and take a deep breath. We're going to take 3 deep breaths, and I want you to hold it, just comfortably. You don't have to hold it for a long, long time, whatever's comfortable for you, but I really just want you to get that oxygen into your fingertips, the tips of your toes, the tips of your ears, and your crown, everywhere in your body. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath. One more breath. And last one. Take a deep breath. Sending lots of love and blessings out to everybody. I hope you're having an amazing day. Happy July. July, July, July. It's very hot here. We had a heat wave here outside. It's been really hot outside every day. So I'm a bit hot now, but that has to do with the energy that comes in for the reading as well. I'm very affected by the masculine energy in that way. First, we're going to roll the die. See what comes up for the twin flames today. We have the number 9. Okay, number 9. We have Leo here. We have Neptune, which is Piscean energy, very dreamy energy. That came up yesterday as well. It hasn't been coming up, but now it is. So we have Leo, Neptune, Pisces. Leo, of course, is the sun. And then we have the number 9, which is the Hermit, which is Virgo. So Virgo, Leo, and Pisces and Virgo came up as that axis, being on the same axis yesterday. And I'm just really hot right now. What is up, you guys? There's definitely energy of proposals in the read today, actual proposals. So I just wanted to bring that up. Here is the read for the twin flame union. We have the 4D, 5D, and the 6D. The divine feminine on the left, divine masculine right, the bridge between them in the center, and you see the 2 of cups here. The incoming divine masculine, the incoming divine feminine, the outgoing divine masculine. The underlying energies here, and then here's the closing energies. This is the Syrian Starseed deck. We have the main read for the read in front of you on the table now. This is the twin flame read. Again, the Syrian Starseed deck, and this is the full 7 deck read in front of you of that read. All right, 7 decks. We have the Syrian Starseed deck as the main deck, like most of you know, but for those of you who don't usually watch. We have Romance Angels, Tarot of Sexual Magic here. We have the Numerology deck, as well as the Rider-Waite Mini, the Gilded Tarot, Universal Golden Tarot, and I always pull Oracle cards at the end as well. It is a lot of energies. It is a general reading for all the twin flames, so please don't force it to fit if it doesn't resonate with you. There definitely will be messages for you and some that are not. If you want something more specific for you, you can check out my website or some information below. And my website is twinflames3344.com. I have a CD out there also called Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames by Evelyn Stainthorpe if you want to check that out. So here is the union read. Done at 6:18 last night. 6 is the lovers, 18 is the moon, and here we are still in Cancer energy. The union for 4D, 5D, and 6D, or 6th dimension, as if some of you don't understand what I'm talking about. And again, this was done last night for today. And for some reason, I kept thinking June had 31 days. So I was thinking it was going to be June 31st today, but it's not. It's actually July 1st. So we have the underlying energy of the Knight of Pentacles, and in this deck, it's very much a proposal. He's got a big crystal in his hands. The central energy is the Queen of Pentacles, so the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, and the final card is the Seven of Pentacles. In this deck, for me, is the Divine Feminine's heart in the E-Tower. The Knight of Pentacles proposes to the Queen of Pentacles to reap rewards of the Divine Feminine's heart in the E-Tower. The Knight of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles, crystal for coin, or trying to get her to let him to come in, or talk about an investment, perhaps together. The incoming Divine Feminine is Indigo, the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. So the 8-8 is right here of the twins dancing side by side. The Indy 88, or in other words, 80 and 8, which is the 808, which is the dance of the twins with space between, which is good, right? Because we all need that space to integrate in between the dance. The Indy 80 or 808 of flames energy in exchange 88. A double proposal of the Knight of Pentacles and the Indigo, crystal and diamond, released by energetic exchange. The circle of trust, after hiding out by the creek, spinning wheels that got to go round. And then Gandhi was also coming up right there, color my world, with the spinning wheel. The Divine Feminine receiving offers through releasing their fears and engaging in energetic exchange, which is the energy between the masculine and the feminine. The arrows of love, the communication and or travel back and forth. The 4D here is the Five of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the King of Cups. The Divine Feminine heat wave and dancing flames, lots of fans saying hello, expanding 808 over 5, and 8 over 5 is the 8 and the 5 of greased lightning. It's also the reflection of the 58, which is grounding the union. The Divine Masculine King of Cups, reflecting pools of infinity, mastering emotions or dealing with the King of Cups, bridging with the Two of Cups connection. Okay, so there's a lot of water energy there. King of Cups could be someone with a lot of water in their chart, or specifically a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces person. So bridging with the Two of Cups connection. The 5D here is the Tower, the Queen of Pentacles, and guidance, which is the Hierophant. The Divine Feminine, sudden event, epiphany, or explosion, eruption, any kind of sudden thing. That can be sexual as well. But the sudden event of the Tower, Spidey knocked off the wall, the Leaning Tower, so the Tower of Pisa was coming up here. The Leaning Tower knocked off balance. So I don't know if this has to do with Italy or the actual Leaning Tower of Pisa, but that's definitely was coming up here. Knocked off the wall, Leaning Tower knocked off balance, perhaps by lightning or storm tonight, or heating up for a big release when lightning strikes and a dam breaks. The Divine Masculine guidance checking in with Buddha and Sphinx, committed to being loving man, bridged by the Queen of Pentacles, too proud to admit when they're wrong, or there's a Taurus and Scorpio coming up right there. The 6D here is the Moon, the Knight of Swords, and Karma. The Divine Feminine Luna or Moon waning, nights, dark waters are thick and merciless, while the Divine Masculine is ending karma with his crown wide open. Bridging Cancer and Aquarius, Satellite and Lotus, with the Knight of Swords on a rock under a tree, passing word on to 7D, investing down the road. The divine, and then I'm just getting ease on down the road. So Oz is coming up as well. The Divine Feminine here is groups, conflict and expansion, unison and concerts, sudden fires to put out all over the place, or V8, which can be a vegetable drink, but also can be that bursts of good feeling. Okay. The divine masculine here is the King of Cups and unconditional love, with commitment to or guidance from karmic or in judgment or a divorce. Bridge here comes up of the Two of Cups, of the 4D partners, the 5D Queen of Pentacles, and the 6D Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords sending out an SOS. The outgoing divine masculine is the King of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Starseed energy. The King of Swords thinking long and hard about a fresh new start, receiving a big download to their crown, or a bomb dropped in reply to the 6D message that was sent from the bridge on 6D to the 7D that was sent. From beach to lawn, working it out at the E Tower, camping out. The divine feminine had Gemini or Virgo on their side, as well as Scorpio and Cancer, and the Knight of Pentacles, and perhaps cooling off in the 6D from all the fire in the 4 and 5D. The divine masculine has Aquarius, Taurus, and Aries, with the King of Cups and the King of Swords in the divine feminine's heart. So there could be two men vying for her attention. 728 is the Chariot, and then the 28 of the Two of Wands, the twin flames. And the main number for this read was 34, and there were very few numbers in the number grid here. 34 is the Eight of Wands, the energetic exchange again. The horizontal pillars came out to 7, 0, and 27, which is the 7 of the Chariot, 0 of Source, or the space between, the 27 of the Ace of Wands, igniting a flame, an energetic exchange. The vertical pillars came out to 8, 8, again, the two eights of the dance, 5 and 2, as well as 4 and 7. So the messages were coming out regarding ascending to Source. The Ace of Wands flame in energetic exchange. So again, between you and Source, and between you and your twin. So again, it goes through you connecting with your higher self, and your twin connecting with their higher self is where you come together. And then the twins dancing, the Queen of Swords, and the Emperor in the Chariot, which is a vehicle of ascension, in that energetic exchange. So now we have the Twin Flame read. The Syrian Starseed deck was cut and dealt at 7:37 for July 1st today. Today, or that number 737 is the 7 of the Chariot, the 37 of the King of Cups again, so unconditional love and the vehicle of ascension. And at 7:45, which is the 7 of the Chariot, 45 of the 5 of Cups, which is the grieving card or the letting go of the past, the phrase even of flames came up. So an evenness of the flames, right, of a fair playing field. And then F flames, which is you can be saying F off flames, but also could be saying expansion and contraction of the flames. And again, the S of Sophia. But also this is a lot of cursing when the F and the S come up. So even of flames, with a lot of cursing around the flames, which is really funny. The completion of this read was at 7:57. The 7 of the Chariot, the 57 of the 3 of Swords, which is the separation, heartbreak, heart issues, or just disappointment. That can be something rained out as well, rainy day syndrome. But it's actually sunny outside. It's very hot, very humid. Karma is the Judgment card. Transitions, the Death card. Alchemy is the Temperance card, and then Strength. Before the read, the Wheel of Fortune came up, or the Great Wheel in this deck, and after the read, Luna, or the Moon, came up. We had 3 Wands, 3 Pentacles, 1 Sword, and no Cups in the main deck of this read. So a lot of Wands, which is physical passion and movement. And then we have the 3 Pentacles, which is a lot of time, money, and effort type things. Okay, and that was my daughter trying to call, so I just sent her a callback message. So your daughter might be coming up. Let's see here. All right, so we had a lot of Wands and Pentacles today. Only 1 Sword and no Cups, so not an emotional day. It's more of it's not even a real intellectual day. It's really about getting things done physically and practically, monetarily. And we have the Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. So very young energy in the read. The Queen of Swords comes up before the read. The 9 of Pentacles, Sovereign, is also in the read, along with the 9 of Wands, which is the Wounded Warrior. So it could be a lot of kids here, or a lot of young energies or messages, pets, things like that, along with the Queen of Swords. And we had triple sevens in this read. okay, which is very spiritual. It is the quiet before the storm. It can indicate, the 7 before the 8 can indicate illness, because 7 is about forcing you to be still and connect with your body. So if you don't, it forces you into it. So you can voluntarily go and not be sick or injured, or universe, as you well, most of you well know already, the universe will make you sick or injure you to force you on your back to connect. We have the 88 of the dance between the twins, the 99 of a lot of compassion and endings, universal selflessness, the collective consciousness. Also the number 4 is significant here, which is about manifestation of survival, as well as building, structure, and safety and security issues, really root chakra issues there. 47 of the 7 of Cups, 78 of the 10 of Pentacles, the ultimate family, right? The dream family of heaven on earth. And then the 89 again of that Phi energy of expansion and contraction, which came up prior to this. The code line is all about love today, which is wonderful. And the number 4, which again can be the Emperor, or again, basic, I was just getting basic building blocks. So again, it's the manifestation of survival as opposed to the 8 of the manifestation of your dreams. So they may be guiding you today to just focus on simple stuff, you know, safety and security and your basic needs. Again, with the 777s, because that's really forcing you into a quiet place, focusing on love. So we had 33, 331, rather. So 33 and the 1, or 3 of the Empress and 31 of the 5 of Wands. 777, 88, 994, and also 789, just in time. That's also the 5D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is the 3D, 4D, 5D. 47 is the 7 of Cups, the synchronicities. 78, again, like I told you. And then 34 is the energetic exchange. 45 is the 5 of Cups, the grieving and letting go of that. The 67 of the Knight of Pentacles. So regarding love and what the code line came up with today, and again, the time came up as 8:08 on the clock. There's that dance again. Instead of SOS, it's 8:08, which is a double SOS reflecting each other, right? SOSing to each other. The code line here is about toggling up and taking a time out to the nth degree for sudden events, or to see with your eyes, with your ocean of emotion, with your sea of your Christ consciousness, and the Sophia. I got a message. Was that in this one too? It was literally to toggle up to Sophia. Yeah, toggle up to the nth degree. See Sophia for wish granted. A way out to bridge a love. So it's saying directly to connect directly to Sophia for a wish granted, a way out in order to bridge a love. Toggle up, take a time out to the nth degree to see Sophia, which is also the S that came up before the read. Expanding and contracting the flames with Sophia for the 9-inch nails, which also references Jesus on the cross, a karmic bridge, a love. Time out to the nth degree, sees and says. Also, part of toggling up to Sophia, what I was getting from her too was bridging the gap between you and the Divine Masculine and their karmic in a triangle. Remember that Sonia did this, 10 of Cups ministry, you know, when she was coming into union. I remember her talking about doing, like, in your meditation, a triangle with your Divine Masculine and their partner, and basically throwing everything into a fire pit, you know, letting go of all of the resentments and the hurts and all that kind of stuff between the 3 of you. So that could be coming up for you as well. But the time out to the nth degree says the Emperor, or there could be that energy of seize the day, or somebody might be getting something seized, or maybe their engine is seizing, or assets are being seized. Anything with seize was coming up right here. With the Emperor regarding the number 4, again, that brings up the energy of safety and security and survival on the level of 4. The show of power of Christ and karma by bridging a love together. So it could be like forcing you into something that you see as negative, but it's taking you through something in order to afford you an out to what you want, into your union. The T of toggling up and time out of those, or Pi is also coming up here, or temper tantrums regarding houses. And Pi and houses can reference, you know, splitting things half and half. but also that energy of being perfectly balanced within the human being, not necessarily dancing, but being balanced, and taking a time out. The 4 of the Emperor, we have 1 T as 1, pi as 2, skipping to the 4, missing the 3, which is the 2 plus 1 is 3, and then the 4 of the Empress and the Emperor. The Emperor's roar, so he's being louder than anything else right here. The contents, perhaps, of a claw. So you literally may have a claw that's very valuable, or maybe, and you know, remember we used to have rabbit tails all the time, you know, for good luck, which I don't know if someone has a really old one of those, but also I was getting literally a claw, like a sculptured claw, or something that was very valuable, maybe a claw that's in gold, but some kind of property or possession of love. So it may not even be valuable, but may be something someone really wants, and they're splitting assets. But there's this contents of this claw, which is very important. And remember, claw is a hand, it's also a talon. And did you realize talon is not just a claw, but it has many other meanings, which I'm going to tell you because it's bringing up the contents of this claw. So it's going to have different meanings for everybody. A talon is literally a definition of karma. How crazy is that? And what did I tell you about when I was in the egg and I saw the prehistoric bird's talon grabbing on, you know, massaging the elephant's head as a form of affection? So here is that talon again, which references karma, a way out. That was what all the definitions were coming out to. They all reference in a way to a way out. The talon means heal. And also, by the way, first, karma is a feeling other than the normal karma that you understand. It's a feeling, an atmosphere, a score, right? A karmic score, like a payback. Also, karom, which is the claw or the talon, the act or action, mixing and performance. And then the talon means heel, spur, ankle, claw. And I just brought up the foot yesterday with the heel and the ball and the sole of the foot. Here brings up the spur and the ankle and the claw, the back of the elephant's tooth, the concave molding, the shoulder of the bolt of a lock on which the key acts to shoot the bolt, the forest, the jungle, the woods in a remote area, the mountains, the herd and the flock, the coupon or voucher, jump and leap, the dive into water, taking the plunge, a skip or omission, a bet, waterfalls and falls, prison escapee, the stub and to pay, all reference a way out of here. If I ever get out of here, gonna give it all away. Okay, so that's coming up. So going back to the messages that were coming up from here, and Spirit's connecting with me on that one. Again, the claw property and what the contents of that claw are. Is it love, of massage of the elephant's head, or is there something literal about that regarding a possession of love? And is love a possession? Obviously not, right? If you love something, set it free. If it's yours, it will come back to you. If it doesn't, it never was. You know that old saying. So again, possession of love is coming up as something to focus on right here regarding a claw and contents of it and property. So the claw can actually reference the talon, which can reference something different. So it can represent something that's in your foot, something that's in an elephant's tooth, in your molding in your house or your lock, a forest, jungle, woods, any of those things I mentioned, a herd, a flock, a coupon, which could have, you know, value to it, a jump, a leap of faith, a dive into water, a plunge, a diving board, a skip or a mission, that could be a record with a skip on it, and then again the waterfalls and the falls, which can represent literally falling or in the fall. But again, the prison escapee, the one who gets out, the talon that grabs on and massages the elephant's head in order to show love, to find a way out. Massaging, massage the crown. Massage your crown. All right, so time out to the nth degree says 49, which is the 9 of Cups, the wish granted, a talon, gives birth to a love. karmic possessions, or karmic should love, or to have love. So also toggling up to the nth degree to see, so feel, like I said, for wish granted, a way out to bridge a love. So there's, again, bringing up the karma and the karmic energy, again, bringing up that triangle of the feminine, the masculine, and their partner. And letting go of it, you know, if you love something, set it free. So we have the underlying energy here of the Eight of Wands, again, the energetic exchange. It is reversed here in this read at 8:30 p.m. 8 is the dance, the inner and outer strength, the manifestation of dreams, and then the 30 is the union energy of the 4, but it's also of stability and structure, which also was just coming up. Beneath the Eight of Wands reversed is the Queen of Swords reversed, the Wheel upright, the 3 of Cups reversed, the 7 of Cups upright, and the 6 of Swords upright. So we start with the Queen of Swords reversed, who's coming up as cold and hurt, or verbally silent and or abusive. This could be someone nagging as well. Destined with no social life, but synchronicities and steps and other options in order to find peace when there's no energetic exchange, or when there are delays or not expressing true feelings. Hanging out inspired by the 10 of Cups upright, happiness and loving family, trying to see the perspective of being inspired by emotional fulfillment. The Emperor reversed may be out of control or losing control and needing to step down. Perhaps they're losing their abilities. Out of control with an advisor, or ill with aid, implementing a plan on how to invest in purging in order to pull in rescue efforts. You know, how do I get them to come rescue me? The damsel in distress with attention from the Page of Wands upright and the Knight of Wands upright, both coming in running, while the Capricorn upright feels left out, not expressing their feelings and no attention. So again, that's very much energy of the Capricorn there, but also the Emperor could be coming up there as well, because he's reversed. So they could be the same person, they could be two separate people. You know, the Capricorn could be someone hanging out with the Emperor, helping him out. It could be the aide, but the aide's coming up is the High Priestess, which is Pisces energy. That can be Virgo or Aquarius as well. But we definitely have this young energies of the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands rushing in to help the one who's suffering in silence. And they could be children, you know, helping out a parent or a sibling, or their old man, or their grandparent, the Emperor reversed. So destiny of the Page of Cups reversed. Rejection, the crybaby coming up, quote unquote the crybaby, which can be literally a baby crying, or anyone in that energy of feeling helpless and crying to get attention. The shy and vulnerable, the spoiled and entitled, the needy for something, but they may not know what that is, which is typical of a baby. The Knight of Wands leaves quickly, but is broken down, stuck letting go of their Scroogey ways of holding on too tightly, or running out to get something for a child and got hit, or jogging and thinking about a pet that died and got hit, or letting go of holding on to fix and mend, making legs stronger, but cars are still stronger than pets and human legs. They eventually give way to something stronger than them to show them down, all right, which is what I talked about the number 7, right? If you don't go into the quiet willingly, the universe will take you down. Destined to be rejected and broken and released and letting go. On the stairway to heaven is where we find peace, not in the heated debate and then requiring us to let go and fix and amend. So why get there in the first place? The Page of Swords reversed in negative self-talk, lying or spying or rumors galore, or a mouthy kid who's always negative. The Page of Pentacles, on the other hand, a good student, but perhaps at war within, dealing with their own insecurities and without the tools to deal, where they must always win, but they don't know how, so they find ways to manipulate the system or stay away from adults altogether. The Page of Swords, and they can actually become, a child adult, because they're the ones who get straight A's all the time. So it's kind of like avoiding their childhood and avoiding adults at the same time by becoming the child who's the actual grown-up there. And then, negating their childhood, which is something they need. The Page of Swords reversed and the Page of Pentacles upright, one at war with words and thoughts, another unable to manifest, so they manipulate. True love comes up here And beneath that, stay optimistic about your love life. And true love, this is a romance of a lifetime. Flirting and showing off, bodies and muscles, and casual sex and parties. Sagittarius with attitude, pouring the drinks. The Queen of Cups reversed, and the Dark Priestess with the keys or bubble blowers and fond memories of the past, remembering way back when. Cats and feet and not seeing how big they are or how they turn in. Socks in the tree and dessert in the park. No longer longing for the past. With the Queen of Cups reversed out of the picture, and perhaps the realtor dropping the keys off to the new house, or someone dropping the keys off for the car, or memories and kids, and now it's just you two, which would be empty nest syndrome, with Sag upright and Pisces upright, kids with their own lives, and now you mean nothing, or you're just lonely without them at 946, which is the Hermit, and the Six of Cups of the loving children. And happy memories of the past or past life relationship. So patience comes up here with number 2 is really important here. And beneath that was self-discipline, number 41, which is self-love, spiritual love, and new love. The discipline of loving yourself first. Okay, so when you've had your kids all these years, it's easier to love others than it is yourself. So now you're stuck with yourself, so that can cause someone to go into depression because they don't want to deal with their own issues. But this is that wake-up call that it's time, you have to now, you can't get out of it. So new love, hard work, getting over the loss and regret, the weakness and the ill health, the King of Pentacles with third party or no social life and frustrated, sick of parties at the full moon and drunk people all over the place. Elephant in the glass ceiling, blowing up with water, while the King of Pentacles is benched, unable to understand why love is so hard. Between Atlas and the Holy Grail, and weakened by kids and pets out of control, or Leo out of control, or egos out of control, numb and unable to feel anything at this point. With the Ace of Wands reversed and the Eight of Wands reversed, the straw that broke the camel's back, not to mention the elephants. Letting go of insecurities about manifesting the Six of Cups soulmate and patience. The underlying energy here is the energetic exchange. With one rejected, now that person who was rejected, or the baby crying, all of the in-between of that energy, now with the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups both upright, lots of loving family around, and yet dissatisfied, not getting their wish, not wanting to enjoy all of that alone. So again, referencing empty nest or, without a partner, that same energy of needing to work on yourself first. So the Queen of Swords reversed and the Page of Swords reversed and the Knight of Cups reversed are hanging out, which is either they're upset about something or they're just really miserable. They could be also giving each other the silent treatment. The Knight of Cups could be jealous or just moody. The Queen of Swords and Page of Swords could be, just being really negative in their conversation or being petty. Or maybe they're grieving something together. But hanging out also with the Sovereign reverse, which is also another dependent person, or perhaps someone who feels powerless or spends too much money or making a big purchase, and maybe these other people are all hanging out with them to help them make this big purchase. It could be a house or a car, but maybe they're all kind of nervous about it. And then the King of Cups upright's there, suffering in silence or dealing with a sister, due to the Six of Cups sweet children, sweet memories of what happened. All right, so the King of Cups is upright though, so he's kind of like holding all these other people together. That night of deception or before dawn, the Page of Pentacles upright with Hermit, or actually the Page of Pentacles is a Virgo child, connected to find peace for Hermit or two Hermits as one, or Cancer and Virgo with the kids coming to the Sovereign reversed or dependence, or to hang out with powerless King of Cups who's stressing over the kids and or the past at 10:09, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and the 9 of the Hermit, or the collective consciousness as well, the wise one, the professional, or perhaps an old wise man. The recent past here is the Four of Pentacles reversed, the Divine Masculine's heart coming out, opening up, without options, being strong, taming the beast, and the King of Cups upright with a hostage between him and the Queen of Wands, who's looking the other way, to offer time, money, and effort, or a gift, or new life, to a sovereign reversed or a dependent, or for her loss. Issues at work, defenseless to energies or attack, when being present or due to gifts, their gifts. The Queen of Wands upright with bad influences around her, or she may be a bad influence, but she is upright here, but she's looking the other way. Queen of Wands upright with bad influences, depressed or arrogant, with the Queen of Pentacles upright, who may be guarded or with a bodyguard, which could be the Divine Masculine. The foundation here is transition and the death, the dark night of the soul, dumping a load, dumping burdens, responsibilities, and or confessing, but doing it under the radar, levitating, unable to sleep, awake and coming out with the truth about the injustice, or to Libra reversed, or serving them. The central energy here is the Nine of Wands reversed, the surrender of the King of Wands reversed, overworking, not working out, with the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community, and the kids, pets, Leo, or family vacation. The wounded warrior presently in surrender to their gifts, or to gifts received, and the challenge being the Judgment card reversed, no karma, or choked, spoke too soon, needing to swallow their pride, embarrassing self, at home of the Queen of Pentacles, the soulmate, or kids, connecting one to one. The Knight of Pentacles proposal, again, that was in the union read as well, the Knight of Pentacles proposal, letting go to fix or mend, brokenness, break down, break up, break in, out, or through, a mountain to climb, no longer to be silenced. Offering big love, the patient angel defenseless without lover, lack of affection, healing and forgiving at 1023, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the King of Wands, unable to understand, issues at work with synchronicities and multiple options and or activities, implementing a plan to move forward with an offer of love. Now here is alchemy, a blending of deception and Cancer moodiness, and the King of Pentacles reversed, sharing or settling out, healing and forgiving in order to draw in a peaceful message, or the Page of Swords upright. Juggling, performing, the Empress is upright, or juggling and performing for the Empress, patience, balance, and refusing to be muzzled about sharing dysfunction that isn't balance, right? When you share dysfunction, that's not balance, it's shared dysfunction. It's unhappiness with self or lacking faith, and falling into depression with the Hermit shedding light on it. The Queen of Pentacles is upright, or the Divine Feminine in the 5D with the world upside down, the death of an unnatural kind, always waving nearby. And that could be the temptation to go back into old ways, or depression, or, wanting to die. So dark night, death, and transformation of the devil, the ball and chain, the addictions, the codependency of Scorpio and Capricorn, both upright here, or Divine Feminine Capricorn or Pisces, and the dark night, Scorpio and Capricorn, may be interchangeable here. Defenselessness to advances and bliss, as long as on the fence, playing both sides at the gate. Grounding, integrating the Tower event, the sudden event, the epiphanies or sex, and coming clean or cleaning up the act or space. Grieving loss, regret, shame, and guilt of the past, perhaps at work with third party, with synchronicities and heaven in their eyes, implementing a plan of a proposal of love. Soon here is the Eight of Swords upright, grieving loss of the Six of Cups upright, the Two of Cups upright, and the Lovers reversed, rejecting the Queen of Cups reversed in a heated exchange with patient angel and surrender to all that is. Sunshine and happiness, and delay after delay, twin flames seeing themselves as the Page of Pentacles, which is that bright student, the opportunity, the invitation, offering love without judgment in union with the Queen of Pentacles. Uncomfortable with emotions of not walking away to their destiny, two lovers out in the cold in another world, without a social life, but they have everything else. New love, calling in your soulmate, and around the twins or how they're seen is the Strength card upright through the Ring of Fire, birthing with a mighty roar, healing and forgiving the King of Swords, afraid to feel, on a quest to meet the Knight of Swords, flame to sword, Excalibur, where fire meets ice and sizzles and melts into a puddle of love. The block here being the Nine of Pentacles reversed, the dependency and powerlessness or overspending, staying pure of mind and heart, in peace when they travel or when they're being jealous or moody. Love comes up here as big, but even more so, change and spirituality. The Magician reversed is over hangry, like way over the bridge. You know how like when you're just gone because you waited too long to eat? So over hangry, so hungry and angry, and perhaps feeling lightheaded too, in a crazy jealous rage, defenseless to guilt of a marriage, religion, establishment, or Taurus, and the Queen of Swords reversed, pleading their case, not wanting to be touched through their marriage, or by Taurus unable to understand the third energy, with third party, through work and synchronicities and a plan of the Knight of Pentacles, the humble loyal servant of love, at 1047, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the synchronicities, in a turn for the better. So defenselessness, but no need to defend self to the crowd, at 1047. The Page of Cups reversed, remember the crying infant, and all that's related to that, rejected by the crowd, after grounding and integrating, and also has to do with the GI, and what do babies do? They poop and they pee and they cry. That's what they do, because they're purging what they can't express or don't understand. After grounding and integrating, or the GI process, where the worst is over and the bliss comes in, of sudden events, epiphanies, and or orgasm, and coming clean about it, with the Knight of Pentacles proposing to the Divine Feminine's heart, coming out of the E-Tower around the new moon with a passionate proposal. The Eight of Wands is reversed here in the beginning of the read, in a heated exchange, in transition with the Page of Pentacles, who's being strong through the Ring of Fire, as a student, you know, a very smart young person. This is an opportunity or invitation to manifest something bigger or something new. Strong through the Ring of Fire in rebirth, the Divine Masculine's heart opened 3 times that day in the Wounded Warrior's surrender, challenged by lack of judgment, of prisoner who's powerless to the alchemical process, of defenselessness to unwanted advances, while rejected and conflicted or on a quest or both to the Knight of Pentacles offer, to the Divine Feminine's heart, at the new moon or up before dawn, or with Cancer in their chart. Delays and not telling their true feelings, the Divine Masculine's heart opening but frustrated and unable to understand. Transitioning death, end, or dark night of the Wounded Warrior's surrender, challenged by the need to swallow their pride and blend and be patient to a higher love. The Page of Pentacles trapped in a Ring of Fire and being strong in the birth canal of the Sovereign reverse, who's powerless and defenseless to the energies coming in, right? The baby coming out. Completely vulnerable, crying like a baby, expanding like waves of grain, and lighters in concert, with the Knight of Pentacles proposing to the Divine Feminine's heart, opening at dawn, at 10:59, which is the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, and the 59, which is the 11th hour, as it's 11 o'clock right on the dot, 11:00, which is a whole bunch of source energy behind 11, which is justice, in truth and balance. It's 43:27 to 28 right here. That's coming together of the flame and the twins, the 3 flames coming together. There's that 1 plus 2 equals 3, then it becomes the 4 of the 4-3 of the Emperor and the Empress. Proposing to the Divine Feminine's heart, opening at dawn. So we're going to pull some oracle cards. It's a very special message today. So I'm very curious to see what the cards bring up for you guys. Let me just put this stuff aside. And remember, we have the 9 of the endings, the Hermit, the collective consciousness and compassion, the Leo of shining your light, of loving yourself first, and the summertime, because Leo is very much about summertime and Lionsgate, and then the Neptune of Pisces, which is the dream weaver. She steps, or he steps, right into the other realm. They're the ones who know how to manifest best, because they're already halfway there. So here, let's see what we have. So we have Virgo and Pisces coming up, because Virgo to Libra is the midway point of the cycle. And literally I was learning about voice healing and note healing, and I'll tell you about that. I'm actually going to do a session and I'll tell you about it. But the Virgo and Libra are both the green chakra, the heart chakra, because it's right in the middle of the astrological chart. Okay, and Pisces is that magenta chakra. So it's a very important green and magenta, right? The high heart and the low and the regular heart, the physical healing heart, and the etheric body heart, which is the pink of the feminine, the green of the masculine, is coming up regarding the Virgo and the Pisces. And then we have and then the Leo, which of course is Lion's Gate, and the birthing at graduation. So let's see from the Lenormand Reverie what's coming up for you guys. Take a deep breath. All right, for the twins, what is our message regarding this beautiful energy here? All right, again, so this is coming up. Very interesting. So the underlying energy is the loving woman. Okay, just clarify that a little bit. Okay, and then this can be seen as very negative, as the institutions coming down, cracking the whip, and also the snake, which is the enemy, is other people telling you what to do, cracking the whip, right? Telling you what to do, treating you like a slave, ready to bite you. But on the same note, this is also the 8 that I was telling you about, right? So if we already had the Kundalini wrap around the world and bring the rainbow energy into the collective, now it's out of the snake, this is the second part of the snake for the twins, where the snake just needs to get their tail into their mouth and close the gate to become that crazy 8 of the twins, which then becomes the infinity when the 2 twins are sealed together. So there's energies of both polarities right here. This is about the institution, the powers that be. And really that, look, it's like their own energy of the snake and the whip being used on them, right? So it's like spontaneous karma. Like whatever they put out will come right back on them. That's very interesting. And what's under the loving woman here? She's got wise counsel here, okay? So she's good. She's got her own wise counsel. She doesn't need the institution to tell her what to do, right? She's found her anchor here by her own inner wisdom of the 2, representing the twins as well, the 2 wise owls. And then what comes up after the institutions is the community. This is about a lot of talking, right? But there's power in numbers, the 99% versus the 1, the star, okay? So this is about hope. The 99% bringing hope, right? Banding together to support each other, to feed each other, right? This is a bird feeder. To nourish each other by giving love with the star in sudden events here with the hangman, right? We have the hanging man at the beginning here, and then the sudden events of the 16. The tower is upright in this read. So, and this again, the fox has been coming up all week about the fox chase, right? But there's no horse and whip here. There was a whip, right? The whip was the card before this here, but there's no horse. There's a snake in an institution with a whip. There should be a horse with a whip, right? That's because when you ride on a fox chase, you use the whip to get the horse to move, because they don't, they have such tough skin, it's hard for them to feel. So if you don't whip them, they won't feel it. So, and it's not about abusing the horses, okay? It's just metaphorical, okay? So we have the whip, and this has been coming up with the horse all week, riding into the new life, the horse chasing the fox, but the message has been all week, but is the fox being chased, or is the fox leading you to where they want you to go? Okay, so here is the collective supporting each other, and then there's the star, and is the star fox, right, the cute one, because everyone likes them, they get more hits because they're pretty. Are you chasing them, or are they leading you where they want you to go? Okay, and that means then you're not following your own intuition. So remember, even with the collective, follow your own knowing. Feel it. Don't use your eyes, right? Don't use your eyes to see the fox. Close your eyes and see how they feel. And is that someone you resonate with, or is it someone trying to lead you astray? Or maybe they're leading you to astray. So maybe you do want to follow them, but it has to do with resonation, not with your eyes. How do you feel? It's bringing up to remind you, right? Because the institution wants to control, and it's being brought down. But within your own community, You can still allow the same thing to happen. If you follow the leader because they're really cute, they may lead you astray, just like the institution would do. Now you're following what they say instead of following your own knowing and intuition. So be careful of that. So right after the fox too, the mice come up, which is then gnawing at you. I mean, the fox could be leading you to a mess, or they could be leading you to this place to help clean it up. Like, look what's happening. They're trying to get you to see, look what's going on over here. We need help over here. And on the other side of seeing the mess and just allowing yourself to see it and recognize that it's there, again, acceptance of all that is, that there is messes also. Life isn't perfect, right? This is about the children being abused and all the other kind of crap that's going on in the world. But once you get through that and accept it and send love, because there is something you can do, you can raise your vibration and send love out to the universe, which will then start to change everything. That will then bring the love, bring the two together, the key to the cage to release you, to give you freedom and abundance. Okay, and this is all for the loving woman here. Just to recognize the steps and don't go back to what you were doing already. You just got out of the institution, being controlled by the institution. Don't replace that with a cute fox that you like to watch. That they are the ones who are always right because they're pretty to look at. So just be careful about that stuff. And are they leading you astray, or are they leading you to astray to help? You need to feel into that. You will not be able to see it with your eyes. Okay. So that's coming up from the Lenormand deck. And let's see what comes up from the animal deck, the Animal Spirit Guidebook. It's 1109, which is the reflection of 9/11. And it's 5141 on the clock, which is the King of Swords and love, spiritual love, new love, self-love. And the reflection of the emergency is not an emergency. Or resolving the emergency by diffusing it. It's like, diffusing the bomb, being able to cut the wire. It's like grounding the union. It's saying you resolve the emergency by accepting it. You resolve the union by accepting it. Right? You accept all that is in your now moment. You find that beautiful new house by accepting and loving the house that you're in. It's all that same kind of energy of accepting it all and then allowing the shift. And finding love in all that is. So here's the spiritual deck. What do the spiritual animals want to tell us about all this? And I'm being guided to my eagle on the table, the bald eagle, who lives a very solitary life with their partner. And if they lose their partner, how sad that they are. So we have the ant comes in, right? And this is the crowd. This was coming up the other day. Normally this card is about, the car accident that everybody has to look at, which is awful. But it's so awful that they have to look. It's the universe is telling you the reason why you have to look is because you need to see it and accept that it happened. You can't just drive by like that nothing happened. You need to see it. You need to know it happened and send your love and help raise the vibrations. This was also coming up the other day, though, as something beautiful to look at. It's the same energy, right? Whether it's the awful accident and 9/11, or if it's that beautiful fox that everybody's coming together around because they're so beautiful. Everybody wants to see them. It's the same energy. It's a pack mentality. It is important to recognize what happened here, but then it's also it's important not to get wrapped up in it, right? If you go to a fight, do you want to get wrapped up in that fight? No. It's the same energy for this beautiful person who really didn't do anything to deserve that. They just were gifted with it. Do you want to give them all your energy? No. It doesn't mean that beautiful person isn't a wonderful, loving person. But then they probably wouldn't be in this arena wanting to get this kind of attention, like in a boxing match, right? Right? So why do you want to be a boxer? Why do you want to get hit over and over and over again? Talk about the epitome of not feeling self-worth. You feel like you deserve to get hit over and over again. Or maybe you're, you feel like you're unbreakable, which is then again an ego thing. So any which way you look at it, why would you want to do that? Is that loving yourself? I don't know. Maybe it is for someone, but maybe it isn't. So there's a lot of questions here that you need to answer for yourself. And then we have the unicorn of the third eye and the dreams. What is an illusion and what is real? But you should know that everything is real. Anything you can imagine is real. But maybe you can't imagine something. Maybe you think you can't imagine something that you've never seen before. Why don't you just allow whatever comes in to come in? That's where the higher dimensions allow you to see things you could never imagine before. See, even the unicorn comes to see the fight. And the unicorn's all about the third eye, of course. Coming to, oh look, the unicorn is the horse that was missing, chasing the fox with the whip. The unicorn doesn't use a whip though, right? They don't need a whip because they do everything by intuition. So the same energy of the violence of whipping a horse to chase a fox, this is the same energy. Boxing match to chase a fox, right? A good-looking person or somebody in power who looks very appealing to you. And here's the unicorn coming to transmute the energies. And you notice they're, it's lower chakra energies of the root, sacral, and the solar plexus, which is very 3D based, very survival based, very safety and security based, right? If I don't fight, I won't live, because that's the warrior mentality. If I don't fight for my life, I'm going to get killed. But now we're changing all that. And look, the dragon, these are all the spiritual cards coming in. Look at all the spiritual guides coming in to help transmute this mess. I mean, this can even be like the political arena, of everybody coming to listen to the one who knows more than them. Do they know more than you? And then there's the cheetah. The cheetah lays in wait, ready to pounce. They're very excitable. And then we have, look at the energy, the rainbow energies though in the background here. Right? These are very spiritual cards. They have all the rainbow energies here. And then we have the cheetah, which is all lower chakra again. But you notice the different departments here. We have the horse or unicorn. Here we have the lizards, right, or the dragon. And then here we have the cats. And here's the birds, right? There's the hummingbird putting out a very high vibration. It's like everybody's coming around to transmute these energies here. The bottom of the deck is the gazelle. The gazelle is very elegant and humble energy. See, it's like everyone's coming to see the gazelle because they're so beautiful. So let me read that to you. Let's see what the gazelle says, and then we're going to give you the fire ants too. So the gazelle is fire. All right, the gazelle's heightened awareness and ability and vulnerability. The gazelle represents supreme grace. And there's confirmation. The gazelle represents supreme grace. With every move, this awe-inspiring beauty emits sophistication and elegance. The gazelle personalities are often hyper-aware of their surroundings, bordering on hyper-vigilant, and this can inhibit them from enjoying the beauty they've spent so much effort cultivating. All right, so think about this. A beautiful person in the ring surrounded by all of this energy, right? This can, again, the gazelle personalities are often hyper-aware of their surroundings, right? Like the star, right? They may have some fear around the crowd, and that you can't trust everyone in the crowd. Is there someone there who wants to hurt them or do them harm? Bordering on hypervigilant. And this can inhibit them from enjoying the beauty they've spent so much effort cultivating. No more worrying about all those predators out there in the wild. When this card appears, it's time to get back to the present moment. Sit down, find your breath. Sit down, find your breath, and acknowledge the bounty that surrounds you. Let it nourish your gentle spirit. When in balance, graceful, perceptive, and artistic. When out of balance, they have food allergies, insomnia, and a racing mind. To bring the gazelle back into balance, yin yoga, a cozy home, and good food. So get back to basics instead of being out in the public eye. And then we have the ants, which is also fire. So again, there's a lot of fire right now. The fire ant's aggression, rigid thinking, and following orders, which also came up here regarding the institution. Fire ant energy flares up without us noticing. It's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances rather than those that counter them. Gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned fire ant energy is at play. You may also find yourself stewing on a person or situation, only making things worse. How can you break free from the drama and cool down? The fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend that the heat isn't getting to you. And that's really involving the divine feminine, because fire's been coming up on the divine feminine a lot this week. So when they're in balance, they're thoughtful and disciplined, but when they're out of balance, they argue, have excess heat and gossip. To bring back into balance, solo time and walks at night. Okay, so solo time and walks at night, which is, we've already been telling you anyway, is a time to take a time out. And walks at night is a nice, cool time to just really feel nature. Okay. Let's see what the Journey of Love has for you, and then I'm going to let you go. It's 11:19 now, 101:33. So 2 magicians and the 33 of the Christ vibration, as well as 11:19, which is justice and the sun. Truth and balance and energy. Let's see what the Journey of Love has to say for you. So really, the gazelle and the fire ants, like are polarities, literally expressing the one in the middle and the crowd around. And we have the crowd of the birds coming in too. And do you want to follow the crowd, or are you going to follow yourself? All right, so from the Journey of Love, what is our final message for this read? Our takeaway from this is Sweet Soul Rising, and there again is the baby energy of the Sweet Soul, and the 20 of the Judgment card, which is also a wake-up call, a judgment, a decision, an announcement, but it's about the Sweet Soul Rising, sweetly judging others, not doing it harshly. And then we also have the Dance of the Planets here of the 56. And this is the card, whenever Linda McCartney comes through, she brings this record through about Linda and Paul, hand in hand dancing on the record into the vortex, right? But they also are in the walls of the vortex, going into the vortex, enjoying all of it, accepting all of it, loving all of it. And the Sweet Soul Rising. So the 20 and the 56 is the being in your knowing and keeping your energy clear, like knowing that you have the power to walk through any cyclone with sweet judgment, right? To be sweet, to allow your inner child to fly. So I guess this is Linda McCartney coming through again. And see how the circles come together? Come together right now over me. Okay, so that was her confirming that. Sweet dance of the pearl threaded, which is the Queen of Cups, which is the divine feminine, that we all are connected by the pearl, the pain that we've experienced in life, and that's where we bond with each other. We bond by all of the difficult things we've been through, right? How about if we bond through all the happiness we feel in the children? The Queen of Cups. Being in your knowing that we're all connected. All right, so the bottom of the deck is soft, which is the pearl again. We just talked about the pearl. And 47 is the synchronicities. So follow the synchronicities. It'll lead you to the pearl that connects you to all. And we have the light field beneath that. A lot of rough light coming in right now. I've been feeling a lot of heart stress. 63 is the suffering in silence, all right? Stress. So there's definitely been some heart stress going on. And this is to take a time out to soften yourself. Allow the pearl to develop. And let's see what that says for Sweet Soul Rising, number 20. All right, so 20 says, you may feel lost in your own thoughts and feelings. This is the sweetness of surrender into another world. It's a time to dream, to wonder, to not to be clear and sharp right at this precise moment. If you have a clear plan, let it become soft and feel your heart open to allowing. And that's what we've been talking about, allowing and acceptance, allowing whatever may be. We might believe that it is through tough action and dynamic assertiveness that we make our way through the world. Yet sometimes the sweetness of our soul rises, and instead we can flow gently with the currents of the cosmic ocean, unsure of where we're headed, but safe in the truth that all waters naturally return to the ocean, where they are all wanting to go eventually anyway. You can use your own efforts to swim to your destination, against the current at times, like the boxing match, or you can float on the sweet love of your own soul, as it enjoys the privilege of getting to know itself as one with the divine. This oracle brings you guidance now. Surrender and flow. This is not the time to assert your will or try to make things happen, no matter how much you want to or believe that you should. There's something bigger happening, and everything is going to turn out perfectly according to a far larger plan. That includes your well-being too, beloved. Sometimes we have to let go of our expectations about how that bigger plan will be achieved and just let it happen, trusting, trust and faith, trusting that it will actually take place even without us striving to make it so. That's about believing. This is one of those times. And the poem reads, with innocence I share my heart, a smile expressing with a tear, sweet words and feelings that impart everything I hold dear. The promise of a blossom high, the air is bathed in fragrant scent. To reach the sun, you have to fly. Desire wells with love that's meant. To wait for heaven's soft embrace, a fruit so firm and succulent, God's promise must remain so chaste, while passion's glow is slowly spent. Such patience born with time's insight, my soul doth burn in embers light, and savors fresh and moist and ripe, the gift of love when it's right. Okay, take a deep breath. I know you're going to remember to drink your water because you connect better with water. I know you're going to remember to try to get your rest. I didn't sleep well last night either. Get your rest. Rise and be loved, guys. Do your best.